Namo Namaha. Good morning. I'm Dr. Krishnan Bhatt, student of MIKS, speaking on the development of geometry in ancient India. Geometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with dots, lines, and surfaces and their properties. But in Indian knowledge system, it has deep cultural, philosophical, and religious connect. If you really consider, we can see that the origins of geometry are as early as 3000 BCE in Indian culture. Indus Valley civilizations is very rich in demonstration of geometrical knowledge of the ancient people in the areas of urban planning, the Great Bath, layouts, sanitation, and water management. The Indus layout planning is one of the best urban planning that has been researched and excavated from the ancient civilizations. All the streets are at right angles, and there is construction of a very well maintained sanitary system and water management system, apart from the Great Bath, which was probably used for some religious purpose. Throughout the area, there was very clear planning for water to come in and water to be distributed everywhere. There are wells and also drinking spots for water. It could be easily said that Indus Valley had one of the best urban planning based on water management for ancient times. Another source of geometry are the Sulba Sutras, the Vedic geometry. In fact, Sulba means thread and Sutra means a procedure or practice or system. The ancient Vedic Shastras in India used geometry extensively. They had a lot of writings which show that the knowledge of Vedic geometry was indeed very deep. They had very clear idea of shapes and different kinds of shapes that were required, how to measure, and the circle, the triangle, and even the rectangle. And these were used without the aid of any modern gadgets, with a simple thread and a stick, the thread running around the entire area for precise dimensions. The Vedic geometry is known as Kalpa. In Kalpa, they had the idea of performing homas for different purposes. And these fire altars had different shapes and different type of pujas or yajnas required different shapes to appease a particular god and for the particular purpose. You may be astounded to understand that there had shapes varying from the simple square to the rectangle to a circle and to a different type of shapes which were very precise and in concurrence with the Vedic Shastras. Even the bricks and the layout was made in such a way so that they could have these shapes exactly. The word Jyotishya is also part of Vedic era, is misunderstood to be astrology, but Jyotisha is astronomy and not astrology. And the knowledge of stars, the knowledge of planets, the measurement of days, seasons, and other aspects was so accurate that one wonders what was the in-depth knowledge that was used. And this entire knowledge was based on mathematics and geometry for different areas. The calculation of distance from the sun to earth and the position of the different planets and stars at different times right from the ancient time is something that you know, shows a deep understanding of earth, geometry, and other aspects. In fact, Bhugol is what geography is called. So the very word says earth is round, Gol is round, and Bhu means earth. So it is very clear that they had a very deep understanding of geometry in most of the applications pertaining to the Vedic Shastras. Next is Shilpa Shastra. Shilpa Shastra has got a lot of subdivisions like Vastu Shastra and other aspects. Building of the temple, uh, which is a very, very sophisticated science. And each area had different measurements and had to be very, very perfect in the execution. So Shilpa Shastra is one more area where extensive knowledge of geometry was displayed in most of the areas, including construction of the temple, construction of the viharas, placement of the uh, Garbhagriha, and the way the temple was located, the shikaras, the vimanas, and all the other aspects of the temple architecture comes from Shilpa Shastra. And the last is Srividya. Srividya is an art in which a particular deity is drawn in form of a yantra on a copper plate, and that yantra is supposed to have a lot of concentric circles and triangles, very, very complicated in its construction. And these were done so accurately that it is said that if there is any inaccuracy, the particular yantra will have adverse effect on the user. And Srividya Shastra also demonstrates very, very intricate pattern of geometry. It is very, very interesting to note that they had discovered the approximation of square root of 2, and they had already deep knowledge of Pythagoras theorem of a right angled triangle without mentioning the name. Another great authority on geometry is Aryabhatta, who lived around 476 BCE. He had done great work on geometrical shapes like angle of a triangle, sphere, and his writings were highly systematic and futuristic, in nature. It has led to a lot of research in other grounds, and this area of geometry has been quite interesting. Another great mathematician is Brahmagupta. Brahmagupta is more known for his mathematics and astronomy and precise calculation of lot of planetary positions and prediction of planetary positions of different eras. For example, today dating of different events can be done by doing backwards calculation of astronomical positions that are mentioned at that time. It is sufficient to note that we have a very, very rich history and great insight in geometry and mathematics, which continues to inspire and stimulate intellectual growth, not only in India and abroad. China, India, Arabic countries, Egypt, and a lot of ancient civilizations have very, very great contributions in mathematics and astronomy, apart from geometry, which are very demonstrable in the edifices and the temples and the pyramids that have been constructed in ancient times. Without any doubt, it can be very clearly said that geometry in ancient India was highly developed and completely used in different areas of living. The rich heritage is of great significance to Indian knowledge system. Thank you.